Hi, I know we've spoken on the phone, but we're finally meeting for the first time. Hello.
Hello.
So I'm going to turn it over to the group for right now. You can just look into the camera. It looks perfect. There's good light.
Yeah.
And you guys go out loud. What are you seeing? You can talk in terms of texture or you can talk in terms of organs, whatever you want to do. Start with the essentials. Wet, dry, dense, not dense. Okay. Shiny, reflective, tension in the skin. Can you lower your chin a little bit, Susan? They're perfect. So do we have any agreement about what we're seeing? Okay. So is anybody else getting inverted texture piano wire or Hiromi? You say the heaviness. So there's some consensus about possibly some breast. Okay. Okay. So possibly a blood indication. And did some of you say liver? So the consensus is we have questions about breast health or perhaps breast history, blood, not necessarily an illness in the blood, but just questions about ingredients. So that could be iron, potassium, cholesterol, sugars, just what's in the composite of blood. Questions about liver and questions about upper intestinal tract, which would be small intestine and stomach. Can you hear me, Susan?
No, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, great. So how did we do? We have questions about breast health, maybe some history. We have questions about blood, and we're talking more about the ingredients of blood. So iron, cholesterol, sugars, potassiums. We're not necessarily seeing an illness in the blood. We had some questions about liver, and we had some questions about upper GI tract, which would be small intestine and stomach. Those are what would be most obvious to us over Zoom.
So, John,
Yes.
why don't you give me each area point by point and I'll just comment on it? The things you
Okay.
just said.
Okay, so anything about breast health or a history of breast health?
I get regular mammograms. I noticed that was your number one thing.
Okay.
I get regular mammograms, but I've never had any problems.
Okay.
Do you have calcifications or the fibrocystic?
So nothing, no calcifications or fibrocystic. It's all been clear.
I have some little tiny calcifications.
Okay. Okay. So we would count that as part of,
Okay.
yeah.
So they've never caused anybody who's looking at my pictures any concern, but they always look at those closely. They're little specks on the mammogram.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And you can see that on my face. Wow.
Yes. Yes. Anything about blood or blood ingredients?
I have just had my annual physical and I've had blood work. My iron is on the low side.
Okay. So that would be blood ingredients, so there's some low iron.
I have high cholesterol, but I don't take any medication for it.
Anything about liver?
So I've had my liver checked just to make sure there's no adverse result for my liver from taking the Chinese herbs. I've taken them for a year now.
And any other kind of mild attributes to digestion?
Wonderful digestion.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. So Anne-Marie, why don't you tell us what teed you off to the hearing?
I had just been reading in your book.
Oh, so you did
Yeah.
look.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you share what you perceived?
Well, the indicator was a kind of tension, and I think as if someone was wearing braces. Oh,
Okay.
I just kind of see that, so that's why I.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So can
I
you do me a
couldn't hear
favor?
her.
I'm going to model this for you.
Okay.
Susan, I just want you to open your mouth so we can see your lower teeth. Okay. So can you perceive a tension in her lower teeth, like a fence or corral?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I apologize. I didn't know you guys were sneaking ahead in the book and looking at the ear indicator because we're going to learn that here soon.
I just wrote down that there was tightness across here that I was seeing.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I'm curious what she just said because I couldn't hear it.
She said that she perceived a tension in your lower teeth and jaw, which relates to ears and hearing.
I have hearing issues.
So,
All right.
Are you
Well,
laughing because somebody said that?
yes, some of you guys knew the hearing indicator. So I would have chimed in on that because that's what we're about to learn this morning. So I apologize, Emery.
Well, I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to be. I just was like, this is what I see. So
Okay, because I was like, we haven't learned it yet. You should have said, no, I looked in your book. So because I did, okay. So some of you are a little further ahead of me than I thought.